Let's rock, y'all. Here we are again. I'm gonna bring you some tips, 3 simple tips of some things you can do to make your life healthier and more energetic. So the first thing we have is breath. One thing that we do not do enough, or we do not do in a best scenario option, I say, is breathe. It's always said to check out a baby when they're breathing, because they breathe from their abdomen. And if you notice how we breathe now, most of us are breathing from our chest, which is not the best place to breathe from, especially in a relaxed state. So we need to be focusing on breathing from our abdomen. So if you lay on your back and you place your hands on your abdomen, you want to, on the inhale, extend your abdomen as far as it can go, and on the exhale, bring your abdomen in as far as it can go. So we want to practice that a couple of times. So you're going to breathe in and extend your abdomen, and exhale and pull your abdomen all the way in. Once you get familiar with that, we should practice what we call round breathing. So you will breathe in for a count of 4, hold for a count of 4, exhale for a count of 4, and hold out for a count of 4. So you want to do that, for about 5 minutes. It's good to get in the practice of doing that, because that gets your body used to breathing properly. It's also a beneficial technique if you are feeling anxious or anxiety, or if you need to calm down before you respond to someone. This is a very good technique to use to bring calm into your life, and also to breathe properly, because when you are getting enough oxygen in your body, that means your cells, your organs, and everything is getting enough oxygen. And that can be a problem sometimes, because we're not getting enough oxygen to our body parts. So breath is definitely an important thing we need to do, because actually most people cannot hold their breath longer than a minute, if that. So breath is definitely something that we need to be focusing on, because that is one of the essential needs in life. The next thing that we need is to drink water. And talk to people often, and when I say drink water, they say, "Oh, I drink a lot of water." And you say, "Well, how much water do you drink?" "Oh, I drink 2 glasses. 2 glasses is not enough. Most of us need to be drinking about 3/4 of a liter to a liter every day. And that's just for maintenance. That's just to survive. That's just to make sure that you have enough water in your body, because your body is close to 80%, if not more, water. So you have to maintain that 80% just for optimal functioning. Once you get up, it takes water to move around. So you get up, so you're dropping your water down. You go to the bathroom, you're dropping your water down. You're walking around getting ready to leave the house, you're dropping your water down, and you have not put any water in your body. So every time you do something, your water level drops down. And if you do not drink water, by the time you get through your day, you're down to the ankles, and that's not enough water. So what happens is the body starts to pull water from sources within the body, which is why you have certain ailments or certain diseases or discomfort or things that are going on in your body. And whatever the weakest system is in your body is what is going to be the system that is affected the most, which is why some people may have problems with their eyes, or some people may have problems with their knees, or some people may have problems with their inner organs. It all depends on which organ or body part is the weakest. So we have to maintain, just for basic functioning, a certain level of water in the body. And then if you are active, or you stay up for a long periods of time, then you need to drink more water. Athletes or people who work out or people who are physically active in their employ need to drink more. So you're talking about 4 liters or a gallon of water a day or more, because you have to replenish just to make sure you have enough in your body. And then you have to count for whatever physical activity or athleticism that you may be doing. And then the last thing that will be beneficial is, when you eat and drink, your body has to eliminate the things that it cannot use. And one thing that happens is that, especially those of us in Western influenced societies, is we use these elimination vessels that are not designed for the best elimination. We are sitting with our legs parallel to the ground, which is not the best for elimination. In truth, for the best elimination, we should be looking at what are called by many these so-called third world countries. Most of these places have receptacles on the floor, which is for better elimination, because what you're doing is you have to squat in these places for elimination. So the best thing is, if you can squat on your European receptacle, or you can get a stool and place it in front of you so that your knees are up higher than your waistline, so that you get proper elimination. Because what happens is, when your knees are not above your waistline, then it does not provide a straight line to allow for complete elimination, which is why a lot of people end up constipated or have issues with elimination. And what happens is, when you do not completely eliminate this, things tend to back up, and our intestines have nooks and crannies. They're not straight. So if it's not eliminated properly, things start to cake up or pack up inside these nooks and crannies that we have. And also, our intestinal tract is about 30 feet long. So you're talking about a long way the food has to go in order to get out of your body. So it's best to have your intestinal tract in a position that would allow for proper elimination. So that's what we have for today. Like, share, subscribe, tell your family, tell your friends. These things, if you implement them, will allow you to have more energy and feel more alive. And also with the water thing, people say, oh my God, I can't drink that much water. If you just plan properly, for instance, to drink, if you're going to drink the 3/4 of a gallon, if you get up a little earlier before you have to leave or whatever, and drink a liter water, 32 ounces of water, then by the time it's time for you to go out, it's time for you to relieve yourself. So you got 1 liter out the way. Then throughout the day, you can drink another liter, which will allow you to have time to relieve yourself while you're out. Then when you come home, before you eat, before you start preparing your dinner, you drink another liter, and boom, you've got it done. You're not conflicting with your schedule, and you've got your water in. If you have to if you're athletic or have a physically demanding job, then you just adjust accordingly. You add a little more water, you get up earlier, because it's about making sure that you have a quality of life, and these things will bring a quality of life. These 3 simple things, if you add them to your life right now, you will see a difference in just a week. So again, that's what we have. If you'd like more information on how to rock, we've got the information in the little box. If you would like to support us, the information is in the little box also. And we will talk to you soon. Rock on.